After revealing everything he knew, the defeated knight pleaded to be spared, hoping his cooperation would earn mercy. But the response was merciless. Without hesitation, the dark tentacles pierced through his body. He let out a final scream of betrayal, realizing too late that there was never going to be mercy. Blood trickled from his nose as he stared at Lu Fang in shock, accusing him of breaking his promise. But Lu Fang reminded him that he had never agreed to spare him. If he let someone like him live, how could he face the fallen warriors of the Dragon Nation? At the same time, far from the battlefield, a mysterious red energy streaked across the sky and descended into a heavily guarded military base. This was the War God Corps camp. Inside the command center, officers were discussing the situation confidently. One of them believed that once reinforcements from the Dragon Nation arrived, Lu Fang would already be captured by their superior, Jin. Elsewhere in the facility, a masked figure surrounded by dark energy began to stir. He overheard the arrogant words spoken about Lu Fang and showed no emotion, but the rising energy around him suggested that something dangerous was about to be unleashed. In the military command center, a dark swirling energy dominates the room. One of the officers panics and urgently calls out to someone named Lord Jin. A soldier steps forward and tries to deliver a report. He explains that Commander Lai has already led his team into the Death Desert and instructed them to report any updates back. Suddenly, the reporting soldier's expression freezes in shock. Blood spills from his mouth. He's been fatally attacked mid-sentence. In the next instant, a violent surge of dark energy tears through the command center, consuming everything. The soldiers scream in terror as chaos erupts around them. The dark energy erupts like a massive explosion, creating a giant orb that sucks everything in. Soldiers nearby are paralyzed in fear, their eyes wide with disbelief. Panic spreads across the command center. One officer stutters in shock. Lord Jin just killed the commander. The room erupts in shouting as others confirm the horrifying truth. Lord Jin has turned on them. The soldiers scream to escape as monstrous tentacles made of dark energy lash out in every direction. Tentacles strike down anyone in their path. One soldier shouts for the others to move, but it's too late for many. As the soldiers rush toward the exit, one of them yells at the others to stop hesitating and run. But before they can reach safety, a tentacle slices through the air, severing one soldier's arm in an instant. Covered in blood, a few soldiers finally make it outside, gasping for breath. But just as they think they've escaped, they freeze again, this time not in fear of Lord Jin, but at what lies beyond. In front of them stand terrifying creatures, monstrous demons with glowing red eyes and grotesque bodies. A massive beast towers above them, surrounded by wild, snarling monsters from another realm. Their horror only deepens as one soldier mutters in disbelief, "Ninth Realm demons," as more soldiers try to flee down the hallway. Lord Jin's dark tentacles hunt them down without mercy. One soldier turns to look back only to see the purple energy twist and lash out. In an instant, the soldiers are impaled and shredded. Blood splatters across the corridor as the massacre continues. At the center of it all stands Lord Jin, calm and cold, surrounded by the writhing mass of dark tentacles. Outside the building, the Ninth Realm demons watch from a distance. They observe silently, as if acknowledging the chaos inside and perhaps recognizing one of their own. Lord Face twists into a sinister smile, his eyes glowing with eerie purple light. In the brightly lit skyline of another city, peaceful. Inside a high-rise office, Lin is anxiously calling someone. The line keeps ringing with no response. He mutters in frustration, wondering why no one is picking up. Realizing the urgency, Lin contacts the War God Corps Command Center. He identifies himself as Jin Zayan and gives a direct order. Go to the Death Desert immediately. Find Lai Qin and tell him to get in touch with him right away. As Lin tries to make contact, one of his subordinates calls in urgently, starting to report something about the Ninth Realm, but the transmission cuts off abruptly, leaving only static. Lin's expression hardens. What happened? Speak, he demands, but the line goes silent. Looking at his phone, Lin grows increasingly suspicious. Something must have gone terribly wrong. A high heels clicking across the floor. Just as Lin is thinking about sending a team, a woman bursts into the office with urgent news. She informs him that the War God Corps is struggling to hold the line. A powerful enemy from the Dragon Nation is trying to forcefully break through to the Divine Bone Forest. Lin's eyes widen. He's shocked by the sudden escalation. "What did you say?" he demands. Meanwhile, at the border between Take and the Dragon Nation, tension is already boiling over. Dragon Nation soldiers ride fierce flying beasts, bows drawn, aiming their arrows at the ready. Flying under the moonlight, the Dragon Nation's elite Lionhawk unit approaches the border. The commander sends a formal request. They're investigating a cult suspected of attacking their base and ask for passage through Take territory. But the Take soldiers on the border remain firm. This is Take land. Anyone crossing will be treated as hostile. A subordinate nervously warns their commander that the Lionhawk unit is known to be extremely dangerous. Engaging them could lead to heavy losses. Capturing one of their top operatives would be a huge win, possibly even taking out one of the War God Corps 3 ace commanders. Despite the warning, the commander smiles coldly and issues his order: prepare for battle. If they make a move, fire immediately. The Dragon Nation commander tries once more to prevent conflict. He urgently declares that their top leaders have already informed Jin's government and demands immediate passage, otherwise they won't be responsible for the consequences. But the Take side doesn't wait. The commanding officer slams his fist down and shouts the order: fire! Cannons blaze with red energy, launching deadly blasts into the sky. The beams tear through the air toward the incoming Lionhawk unit. A rain of red lasers cuts through the clouds and water. The peaceful night sky erupts into war as the flying beasts and soldiers are suddenly thrown into a fierce aerial battle. As the red beams streak past them, one of the Dragon Nation commanders coldly remarks, "They fired first." Without hesitation, the elder commander draws his sword and commands the others to charge into the enemy's attack zone. In the sky, a blazing counterattack begins. The Lionhawk warriors dive forward, engulfed in flames, launching their retaliation. A fiery slash tears across the sky like a comet and crashes straight into the enemy warship, cutting through armor and bodies alike. The battlefield has fully ignited. The Dragon Nation forces descend from the skies, retaliating fiercely. Their strikes are devastating. Explosions erupt across the enemy warships as they're hit with pinpoint precision. One of the Lionhawk warriors unleashes a massive flaming blade attack that cleaves through the sky like a divine weapon. The soldiers below can only watch in disbelief as the weapon descends. The Take commander's eyes widen in shock. In just one move, 3 entire warships are destroyed. The deck erupts in chaos as panic spreads among the remaining troops. The ship's going down, everyone run. A soldier screams as fire and destruction consume the vessel.
This is the end of the video. If you guys want to see the next part, then don't forget to subscribe and like the video.